Hello, it's William. Welcome to my channel. So, I'm making a game, and so here is the results. I'm using the asset that I'm drawing, and the result is not very good. Let me just zoom it in a little bit. Of course, I draw some animation. I can move this character. I can jump. I can dash. I can got this to like a dash to the wall. Okay, I kind of like a hand there, and I can do all sort of things. But also I got attack, like combo attack animation, and I also got a parallax that I drew. Okay, I using a sprite to draw it, but the result is not so good. So here, so I know it may be a little bit controversial to say this, but you have to utilize AI. Okay, I'm not a hardcore artist say that we need to boycott AI. I'm embracing AI. I'm learning AI, and I want to utilize it to actually improve the skill. Okay, but I just want to quickly get the average level, maybe a little below average level, but at least I want to use AI to quickly help me learn to get that level. And sometimes in my project, the continued creation of asset become tedious because it's a very big project. So you have to say build the character, build different skill, different animation, and I want to like AI is like a kind of tool. I want this tool to get rid of the boring stuff. Okay, like batch generating a lot of random generated characters, random generated I know the monsters, right? I'm going to fight, but I can't possibly draw that myself because I want to generate hundreds of thousands of things in my game. But I also want to learn something during this batch generation process. So what should I do? Here comes your solution. So I'm going to use a two-step solution to this problem. So first, I'm going to using a workflow that I work out. Okay, so I'm going to build a workflow in comfyUI to make assets based on prompt input, a reference image, if possible, and then I'm going to, because the AI generation will not be perfect for the game, I'm going to learn how to draw pixel art, some of the basic stuff along the way to modify asset, to build assets, and I'm going to combine the AI power as well as my ever improving skill together to actually make first we got a bunch of things that I want to quickly generate. The second, I want more refined things. So, for example, the main character, the main dialogue, the cutscenes, and the main adversaries, the bad guys. Okay, I want that to be manual generated, okay, human generated, and the rest of it, some random monsters, like you encounter on the street, something like that. I want to using AI to quickly get this feel because it's a kind of like a logistic problem rather than some other problem because I'm an indie dev, okay? I do not have the money to hire hundreds of thousands of people to work for me to make hundreds of thousands of assets. So I'm going to utilize AI and make my game fuller to actually make the plot. So all this is kind of like boring stuff. I'm going to outsource some of it to AI, but I want to keep the main, like the plot moving forward and actually tell a good story. All right? So here is a series of video of how I utilize this. Okay? So the tool I'm using is called comfyUI. So if you're new here, you know nothing about comfyUI, you can watch my comfyUI series. It's a step-by-step tutorial. So let's do that. And this is the process, the workflow that I built. And so basically, so for example, if you want our character look like this because she got like the blue armor, got a sword, right? Got a sword here, got a rat here. Okay, you can like make it more detailed by using this as a sort of framework, sort of a reference photo, and then you can like draw based on here, and you can customize it. Okay, so I use this pixel art, one go, red long hair, full body, blue armor, red belt. I think I misspelled belts. So yeah, I think this generation will be short at the back, highly detailed, dark light, and 4K. And let's generate again so you guys can see the results. Okay, another generation. I think that's even better. Red belt, but it's not technically a red belt. So blue armor. Did I say blue armor? Yeah, let's do that again. Of course, you can use the technique that I had earlier. So it's kind of batch generate thing. This is more like a red belt because it's actually got red belts. This is more like a red skirt or something. Yeah, because it's sort of like infer the different, infer the pixel from like random noise. But I think it's generally it's pretty good. Obviously, there's some like illogical things. So, for example, the sword is weird. We should have a sword go this way. That's the point where I want to quickly get some base, at least get a like below middle artist level, so I can quick get on track, and then I will like modify things using the knowledge that I learned. Okay, so basically, let me quickly go through this workflow. Okay, I'm not, since I already got this like a basic, already record a series of basic videos, so I'm not going to build that from scratch. I'm going to just explain the usage of each node. All right. So basically, first we need to load a pixel checkpoint. So the model, the base model, is this model, and you can find all sort of model on CVAI, more sort of like model sharing platform. But just be really aware of the license. And this workflow works, I think, 99% of the time with any pixel art model. So for example, I'm going to use this model as example here. So I'm using RGB pixel mix as an example. So you can use whatever model that you want. I just use this as an example, and do make sure about the license. Right now it's like Creative ML Open Rail ++-M. Okay, so basically this license tells you that you can absolutely use that. You have to check license. Really, really important. This let me show you. This license told me that you can use that commercially, but you have to you do not violate any laws or regulations and all that. Yeah, so you have to check license out here, and then you can use this, and then you can download it, and you can use the notebook that provides. I believe at the beginning of the series, you can use the notebook I provide to actually download into your Google Drive. Okay, as you download that, you just refresh it, reload this, so you can actually load it. Of course, if you do that locally, you can just download this, and you just choose that. Okay, and it's a common practice just to like backtrack 2 layers. Okay, just to get not the final generation, but just 2 steps ahead. Okay, and then we're going to add this positive prompt as well as negative prompts. Really simple one here. The model will just be connected to the base case sampler. Really, really simple. Okay, and this is like the really crude first step model because there is no reference image, so you got less control. But I just want you guys to know that this model can be worked like stable diffusion, like 1.5, some like it can generate a lot of things. Okay, so positive and negative prompts, just get a base case sampler here. Okay, positive, negative, and just plug the model here, and we got this the latent image. A latent image right now is like, so for example, if you're like building this for like a dialogue, okay, so this I think is pretty good. So in the game, so for example, like chatting, and then you got this like a detailed person we're here, and then you go and get some text, say blah blah blah, blah. You can get some like audio for that blah blah blah, blah. Yeah, you got an idea. So of course you can change this, and this will be the latent. So for example, you want like a wider, let me show you. Okay, so preferably using this 512 and 768. Okay, I just flip the width and height, and let's see the results. Because this will give you like a random noise latent. Okay, so it's going to give you the ratio that's initially generated. Obviously, this generation is a little bit bad because you got this I messed up. Doesn't really matter. You can always refine and modify it yourself, but it will give you some base to work on, and like full body. Right now, you can change the full body to half body. Right, so let's change that to half, so you can get like a more detailed. Okay, especially the face. That's better. Yeah, I think this so much better. You can like actually with some of the modification, I can actually use that in my game. That's brilliant. And sorry, I just play around with some of the generations, and I found some of the result is pretty good. So like this result, this result, this result. Yeah, I love this one. It's much more like dynamic, like there's a wind. So I think it's pretty suitable for this game character. And I think the choice of color is even better. And speaking of color, let's continue. Okay, so here's a very important part. To be honest, right now you just go to the latent and go to the VAE code. You can already get a pretty decent image. Let's look at here. It's nearly identical with the final output, but here comes the interesting part, because you can actually use a node like this to flatten out. Let me show you this node. So at GitHub we got this. Let me show you here. At GitHub we got this comfyUI Vextra nodes. So basically it will flatten the color to specific number. So for example, you can make a say swap color with black and white. Okay, you can get solid color, glitch this, add text to image, all that. So basically you got a really like a versatile color image. You can like make it like a pencil sort of like drawing. Okay, you can obviously make that, and we are going to utilize this here. Okay, you can use this flattened nodes to limit that color to specific number, and it's really, really helpful. That's because if you are like right now the hardware almost supports like a lot of color. Okay, but if you are in NES or like Game Boy, we got like a 8-bit era that we got like a 2 color. Okay, so like a black and white, or 16 color. So let's just try things out, right? Just limit that color, let upscale. Let's try things. So you can actually see the difference of the final upscale as well as here. Okay, so as you can see, it's sort of flatten things out by limiting the color. Okay, so it's an obvious color difference here. So you at left you may get some sort of like gradient something, but right now you got like no gradient. Okay, no transition, but just using like a limit kind of color. So it's sort of like a washout feeling, and you can even limit it to say 8 color. Okay, so let's change it to 8. So you got even washout feeling, and you can like just make it black and white, just to make it 2. Okay, you can even do that. So it got like really retro feeling. Okay, so this is like a it's like a 16 or even more, like 16-bit areas, like Sega Genesis kind of thing. We got like 16 to 32 color pixel, so we got a color palette of 256. But right now, you can sort of make that specifically to like a Game Boy. Okay, just to have 8 Okay, and still the whole image still look like pretty good, but it's sort of like decrease that, like wash it out. I give you really nostalgia feeling, and I love this. I love this. But let's try things crazy. Okay, I'm going to limit that to just the three. Okay, so just the black and white and all the gradients. Okay, and let's test one thing out, and then limit it to two. One, maybe not so good idea. At least got two. So I got three. Okay, I think this is brilliant. Actually, this is pretty like refined drawing, if you will. You got highlight here, you got this highlight here, the chest armor, all that, and we got this dark shadowy area here. We got like outline if you look at the black outline, but if you look at here, okay, we got just the two color, okay, just this color, and yeah, it kind of okay, but you kind of lose a lot of information. So I'm going to increase it to maybe 4. So I think 4 may be better. If I'm like making game, like minimalized game, I will make it 4 or something like that. Okay, 4, pretty good. But I still prefer like this. Okay, I do not, unless you are like make it like I think it's hardware called play date. So unless you want to make that specific, you can limit that to 2. That would be pretty crazy, pretty minimalist. Unless you want to do that, yeah, you can do that. But the result is pretty amazing, to be honest. I think it's even better than 3 or 4. Okay, so here's my suggestion. You either got like a bigger number, like 16, 8 or something like that, or you just use 2. Do not use like a 3 or 4 because the result is not as good. So this is pretty good, to be honest. Okay, by the way, this is a result of upscale. So when you got this like flatten and wash out image, you can upscale the image by a specific algorithm. You can use nearest exact, bilinear area, bicubic, or all that, scale by certain amounts. I think nearest exact is already pretty good. Of course, you can try things out, okay, and then you can just get the image, and then get the result. Yeah, pretty good. So that's the whole process of doing this, and of course, this is not necessarily limited to just a specific character. You can do something like this. Okay, let me show you. So pixel art, long hair for beautiful body ribbon, sword back, hard detail. You can say Castlevania style background, castle and moon. Okay, moon. Okay, so let's try this, and let's see the result, because I already got this wider ratio. I use this as a positive prompt. Okay, so I got something like this. Yeah, but it's not too good. Castle pixel style background, maybe not background. Castlevania style castle and moon. Yeah, let's try this one, and yeah, that's much more like it. That's much better. And of course, you can like shrink it down to some like a Game Boy style like this. But I think the first generation with the color is pretty good. Okay, so you get a pretty good background, and then you can use the parallax. It's definitely much better and above this. Ironically, it's kind of above the level that I am learning right now. So I can focus on the game logic and focus on learning and modifying and make a better parallax. Right now, the parallax is horrible, but this is like result when I learn like pixel art the first time using a sprite. So yeah, sorry about the horrible effects, but I already like make the whole placeholder together, and then it's time to actually improve and create great art as well as great game. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy this video, and by the way, if you want to download the workflow, you can join the Patreon, and you can download all of the got like once you join, you got like the most like pinned post, like I share a Google Drive with all this workflow, and of course you can use all this commercially. And by the way, if you want to know how I develop my game, you can go to Code with Brilliant Java channel, and you can get even all the source code, okay, and all this assets are created, and you can even use that commercially. Okay, so yeah, thanks.